On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, Hawkeye Volleyball is brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Wellmark, you're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes from Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield, University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives, and by Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Now live, this is Hawkeye Volleyball.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hawkeye Volleyball, a sold-out Extreme Arena, where tonight Iowa takes on number 2 Nebraska. I'm John Evans. I've got my friend Reagan Coyle back. Welcome back, Reagan.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
Good news is Iowa performed a lot better when you were here on Thursday than they did on Sunday when you weren't here.
Yes, I know. It must have been me missing.
Yeah, it was clearly you missing. So let's hope for a better performance. I'm not begging for a win. Nebraska 26-1, winners of 23 straight coming into this match. Second-ranked team in the country. Lost 7 sets during that 23-match winning streak. So the hill is really big for Iowa today. But I think if you're the coaching staff on the Iowa side, you want to see a little bit of maybe an improved effort level and energy level than what I saw on Sunday.
Definitely, yeah. There's nowhere to go from Sunday but up, and it's a tough hill to climb playing Nebraska. But when you're coming into a match like this as the underdog, you just got to play with no fear. Play that team like you would play any team. No fear about the name on their chest.
Now that you've got a little bit of a mix-up in the starting lineups today. You'll have Joy Gallus at libero as normal, but then you'll have 2 new players. I guess new old players coming back into the starting lineup. Claire Amaral and Dom Fils will get starts. Then you'll have Hannah Whittingstall, Gracie Gibson in the middle, and Michelle Urquhart and Malu Garcia on pins for Nebraska. If you follow volleyball, it's a list of names that you've heard before. Lexi Rodriguez is the Nebraska libero, Bergen Riley, Becca Alec, Taylor Landfair, Merritt Beeson, Andy Jackson, and Harper Murray. All of them possibly All-Americans at some level or another if they
definitely if they haven't already.
Yeah, if they wanted to get focused on it, as you look at the stats, Nebraska is basically top 2 in the Big Ten in nearly all of the statistical categories. I think it was blocking. They're down at they're actually 6th, but they're number 1 in opponent hitting percentage. Opponents only hit 152 against Nebraska. The worst stat, they are 17th in the conference in aces per set. So let's hang our hat there and see if Iowa can return some serve and get a rally going as Michelle Urquhart will start for the Hawks. Newly engaged Michelle Urquhart fires it over. Good pass, though. Tipped over by Landfair. Fils with the dig. Amaral fights through traffic, gives Garcia the shot from the back row, but it's blocked. Becca Alec and Landfair are there. 1-0.
A triple block from Nebraska as well.
Had the triple set up. That'll send Bergen Riley back to the service line. Pops it over at Gallus. Off the net, Amaral goes out to Fils. She's blocked, covered by Garcia. Amaral dumps it over. Rodriguez there. Right side swing through the block and scores. That's Beeson that splits the block. 2-0 Nebraska.
They are not top in opponents' hitting percentage for no reason. The defense that they play on Nebraska's side is out of this world. Lexi Rodriguez is always all over the court.
I like Claire showing it just to get some respect out of it. Bad pass from Gallus. Back row's pushed over by Garcia. Rodriguez platforms behind her to Landfair, and she sends it over the inline. No touch. Hawks get the point on the Landfair hitting error, 2-1.
Got to take every point you can get from Nebraska in a match like this.
Landfair's when we were in Lincoln, Landfair was really the only one in the early set, in the first 2 sets, that made a hitting error. The middles, the right sides they kept it in. If Iowa blocked it, it was fine. Serve comes over from Whittingstall. Middle attack from Alec, dug by Whittingstall. Amaral takes a swing and scores.
Love that she was a little bit more aggressive on that one. Instead of setting with, or dumping with 2 hands, she just went ahead and took a swing on that ball. Keep Nebraska's block honest and patient.
Good dig from Whittingstall. Put it right on top of the net. Tied at 2. Whittingstall fires it right down the line. Landfair, great pass. Middle is tipped over by Alec. Perfect spot there.
You don't usually see this much tipping from Nebraska. I'm kind of surprised that they have been doing that. Maybe the sets aren't quite where they want them.
So that ball looked a little tight maybe,
Yeah.
and Alec went up, easily guided it over with one hand. Olivia Mauk in to serve. Fires at Urquhart. That ball's tight. Amaral takes a swing. She ends up in the net. 4-2 Nebraska.
The block is thinking about her now after that kill. She's not going to get one that easy again.
That ball was a little tighter too, made the block's decision a little easier. Phil's great pass to Amaral, goes up, Gibson out of the middle, dug up, and pushed right over by Alec on 2. 5-2 Nebraska, and boy, just like that, 3 quick points. They turn defense into offense so quickly.
Yes, they do.
Mauk, the freshman, serves it over again. Not a great pass from Phils. Urquhart uses hands out to Phils. She's dug up by Mauk. Murray. Strange Statue of Liberty pose from Joy. Gets the ball into the corner right at the line judge's feet, 6-2. Mauk floats that one over Urquhart. Nice dig. Amaral out to Phil. She tips and scores. Great tip there.
Lots of tipping early in this set from both teams now.
That was that one. At least she pulled the bow back like she was going to swing at it, came forward and dropped it right in front of Riley.
Yeah, it was a good switch up.
Amaral now to serve. 6-3 Nebraska. Knocks the serve over. Murray, good pass. Right side swing. Beeson.
Beeson is such a solid right side for Nebraska. She normally hits like over 500, I feel like, almost every game. She just is so efficient as a hitter.
Andy Jackson comes in to play the front row. She's the one that hits almost 500. Lexi Rodriguez down the line at Gallus. Amaral right side to Garcia. Good sharp cross, scores. 7-4.
Good answer from our right side. Garcia, nice inside set. She had lots of cross to hit and she swung away. That's what it's going to take.
Olivia Lombardi in. She'll serve for Dom Phils. Knocks it across. Good pass from Murray. Goes back out to Murray one-on-one. Dig from Gallus. Kept in play by Garcia. Gallus platforms it over. Beeson. Beeson went to Riley, and then Andy Jackson gets the kill out of the middle. Yeah. Andy Jackson hits .451 on the year.
Yes. That is a good stat line, especially as a middle.
Yeah, 217 kills, so it's not like she's never used and gets to
Right.
that number. Beeson goes at Lombardi. Bad pass. Amaral chases it down. Urquhart, good swing. Misses wide, though. 9-4 Nebraska.
Trying to go her signature 4-4 on that one, just a little bit too much on that ball.
Beeson again. Lombardi, bad pass. Gallus knocks it over. Amaral from her knees. Garcia, good set outside to Urquhart. Off the block and scores. Hawks steal one there. That's the effort point you're going to have to at least even make these sets competitive. You're going to have to do a lot of dirty work here to stay close.
Definitely.
Gallus will serve. 9-5 Nebraska here in the first. Knocks it over. Good serve. Dug up, though. Back row swing from... Oh, that was dirty. Beeson short arms the tip, hits the top of the tape, rolls over. Coach Yale gets the finger point from the down ref. She pointed something out. He had a fun response, and she didn't entirely like it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that conversation was.
10-5, Harper Murray to serve. Gallus, good pass to Emerald, all the way out to Urquhart. She has to tip, punched up in the air by Riley. Landfair splits the 5, hits it into the 5 corner, splits the Hawkeye defense, 11-5.
Yeah, that deep cross-court corner is so hard to defend. Kind of splits the defenders, and it's a matter of who's going to try to track that ball down deep.
Murray again. Gallus. Amaral. Garcia from the right, blocked, covered. Urquhart pushes the corner, but Murray's there. Riley slide to Jackson. Oompa Loompa.
The signature Andy Jackson slide. She is so quick with her attack, and especially down the line. That ball comes flying into whoever's in left back.
Hammers it right down the line. After the read, I've got, as I was pulling up the Nebraska stats, I've got another one for you. When it comes to your health, you need the full picture. That means the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start. Every day, University of Iowa Healthcare is working to advance medicine so you can get the best care. With more research, more clinical trials, and more treatment options than anywhere else in the state, University of Iowa Healthcare is changing medicine and changing lives. Learn more at uihc.org. 6 players, 6, average 2.3 kills or more. And Becca Alec is 1.7. And of those 6, Layla Blackwell hasn't played as many sets as the rest of them, but the other 5 have all played 20 sets or more. So again, it's not a small sample size that get them up to that number. So as a Hawkeye defense, we talked about it Thursday night when Iowa was running so good against Indiana. You had all your hitters on. You could go anywhere you wanted. Nebraska can pretty much do that every night, which is what makes them such a formidable team.
Absolutely. They just have weapons on every side of the court, really. And then when their left sides go in the back row, they're so powerful even from the back row too, kind of like how Garcia is on Iowa's side. But they are just super solid all around, and not to mention how great their defense is too. So just that attributes to their record. A team that has that many weapons, plays that great defense, is going to be top ranked.
Yeah, you're bound to get there. Nebraska also one of the best teams in the conference at returning serve. So, Iowa will have to serve aggressive. Murray floats it over at Gallus. Great pass to Emerald. Middle attack from Whittingstall, and she scores.
A nice high, powerful swing by Whittingstall.
12-6. Malu Garcia to serve. See if she goes with the aggressive jump serve or if she goes back to the float. That looks like the float move. Sends a big high float, and it's a good one. Overpass, but it's blocked. Emerald will get a swing from the left. She goes off the block and scores. Claire Emerald, the right side hitter, takes a rip.
She wanted that ball too. She had her hand up in the air saying, set me, set me. She wanted to take a rip at that.
12-7. Harder down the line this time, but Murray, good pass. Landfair.
A couple deep swings by Landfair. She switches it up that one and finds some seam in between the block and a little bit more power on the couple earlier swings.
You can't teach 6'5" either.
Right.
Kennedy Orr in to serve. 13-7 Nebraska here in the first. Pops it over. Good pass from Urquhart. Amaral goes aggressive. Whittingstall has to tip. Oh boy, was Landfair pushed over the net. Urquhart from the left off the tape, rolls it out of bounds. Tough break there.
Yeah, Landfair was pressed on that block, almost taking that tip away from Whittingstall.
Yeah, she almost
Completely.
got to the ball before Whittingstall did. 14-7. Orr comes forward, fires it over to Urquhart again. Decent pass to Emerald, back row to Garcia. Good dig there, back row, pushed over. And what a spot. And the ball hits the antenna on the Lombardi dig. Boy, that ball's just pushed over perfectly. The 1-2 right about the 10-foot line. Lombardi's back for a swing. Can't get up in time, 15-7.
Yeah, like I said earlier, lots of uncharacteristic things we're seeing from just lots of tips and lots of shots tonight.
Good pass again from Urquhart. Emerald back out to Urquhart. Blocked, covered by Lombardi. Emerald wins the joust, but back to the Nebraska side. Landfair gets the kill off the block. Great job there from the Hawkeye block. Whittingstall stayed on the right pin. Amaral came right on her inside to stay there, just to at least have a block. Urquhart will leave. Gabby Deary will come in, 16-7. Orr comes forward. Deary, good pass. Amaral, slide to Whittingstall, through the block and scores. Alec was late that time, and Whittingstall is able to take advantage, 16-8.
Love that Whittingstall slide. Just with Amaral being so offensive, the middle, Alec there has to think twice about who she's committing to. She has to stay and wait to see if Amaral's going to attack that ball, causing her to be late on that close. So great swing by Whittingstall to take advantage of that seam.
Urquhart will check back in. She'll serve. Hawks trail 16-8 here in the first. Mickey with the float, and Nebraska's out of rotation. John Cook's going to make somebody run laps for an uncharacteristic error there.
It's usually when a camera pans to his face on the TV to show his reaction. It's about the same every time.
16-9, first ace of the match. Mickey floats it over. Rodriguez is there. Push to the outside. Landfair. Gallus with the dig. Back to the Nebraska side. Murray. Riley dumps. Whittingstall was there. Boy, you hate reading it and missing it. Pushed it through her hands.
Yeah, she had that. Just really awkward timing with her still kind of pressing on her block and catching it on her way down.
17-9. Bergen Riley back to serve. Gallus, good ball to Amaral. Slide to Whittingstall. Tries to go down the line and misses. 18-9.
Like the idea, our previous swing was cross court, so she's going to try the line for this one, but just got a little bit too far outside of her body.
Yeah, you better have multiple tools in the box to take shots here. Urquhart, good pass to Amaral. Tries Whittingstall again. Blocked back into the middle of the Hawkeye court, though. 19-9, timeout Iowa.
Becca Alec wags her finger, not this time. No cross court left on that block.
Not that time. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. Nebraska hitting .632 in the first set.
That's not too shabby.
That seems good. Throw in 3 blocks. Iowa hitting .043. Iowa women's basketball going on in Sanford Pentagon out in South Dakota. Iowa leads Kansas 18-4 right about the end of the first quarter. So Iowa women off to a good start. The men got a win last night on the men's hoop side. Wrestling's big this weekend with Iowa State.
Yeah, it's a big weekend. It seems crazy that wrestling season is already here, but it is that time of year now.
We will, volleyball team will travel to Minneapolis. We'll be in Minneapolis Saturday night for a match, and then we'll head to California to finish up UCLA on Wednesday. Thanksgiving nap on Thursday, and USC on Friday to finish up the season.
It's always tough to travel for your last weekend of the season, and with it being over Thanksgiving this year, since Thanksgiving is late. It'll be fun to be in California, though. It'll be nice and warm.
It will hopefully be warmer than it is here. Bergen Riley knocks the serve over. Gallus high ball, middle of the floor. Amaral, back row, Garcia tips. Riley's there, though. Rodriguez, good platform to Landfair. She rolls it over. Filsty at the dig. Amaral, slide to Whittingstall. Boy, they closed that seam again. That was actually Landfair leaning back that way, wasn't it? Alec still didn't look like she had it closed in.
Yeah, I don't think so, but it didn't matter because I think Landfair kind of made up for
the 6'5"
lack of close.
6'5" stretch. He closed it. Anna Davis checks in for Whittingstall now. Good pass from Urquhart. Phils, blocked, covered by Garcia. Amaral takes a swing. Riley in the way. Landfair. Dug by Gallus. Outside to Phils. Good dig there. Alec takes the second ball. Pushed over with two hands. Amaral takes it. Urquhart steps in. Gets a good push out to Phils. She tried the tip. Garcia rolls it over. Rodriguez outside to Landfair. And she's just over the top of the Hawkeye block.
Yeah, really solid wrister way swing there. Not a whole lot of power, but she's, like you said, she's so high, it's just really easy for her to find a spot over or around the block.
21-9. 5 straight for the Cornhuskers. Riley, Gallus, Emerald, slide to Davis. Off the block, dug by Rodriguez. Alec in transition. That is not easy to do, to be able to make such a perfect pass off a pretty good swing from Anna Davis and then set your middle in transition.
That's Nebraska.
That is the simple answer, isn't it? 22-9. Gallus, decent ball to Amaral. Slide to Davis. Off the block, dug by Beeson. Alec in transition again. Phils is there. Amaral goes to back right swing to Urquhart. Dug by Murray. Right side, Beeson. Too powerful there, 23-9. Iowa's played better defense to be able to keep the ball going, but just can't find a way to get it to the floor on Nebraska's side. Floated over, Gallus, good ball. Emerald takes a swing, but Alec is there. Back row, rolled over. So is that Garcia's ball or is that Gallus's ball? Garcia was basically camped on the back line and didn't come forward. Gallus tried to come across.
Either one, whoever can get to it first. I feel like right now they're playing really deep on defense. They're expecting Nebraska to take these big swings, and they've been tipping and shotting so much that it's just catching them on their heels.
Back row, Garcia has to tip. Alec with a one-handed tip. Holy cow. What an incredible block with just one hand. Throws it down to the Hawkeye side. And boy, that was very workmanlike from Nebraska. They take the first set 25-9. We're going to take 2 minutes to think about that. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, presented by Quickstar.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Melrose Meadows. Voted Iowa City's best retirement community. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. If you are in the market to buy or sell a home, contact the Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty. For all your real estate needs, call 319-631-5455.
Hey, hungry? And your heart is ticking for chicken? Well, take a quick turn into Quickstar, because we got
no ordinary chicken.
Yeah, go wild with wings. Next level super wings with trusty sidekick sauces. Or let's talk tender. Quick chick tenders. Love me tenders. Love me some quick tenders. Ours are bigger, better, tastier. Or if you're feeling good old school comfort fried chicken, we got it. Hand breaded, down homier than anywhere. Quickstar, saving your nuggets from ordinary.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Iowa Hawkeyes all season long with your favorite black and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from Niall Kinnick Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Hawkeyes branded gear from the Shields fan shop. Visit us at your local Shields or Shields.com and let's cheer on the Hawkeyes. Shields, proud partner of Iowa athletics and football fans everywhere.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024 U.S. Bank.
Welcome back to Extreme Arena. John Evans, Reagan Coyle. I'm not sure how to wrap up that first set other than to say it was 25-9 for Nebraska.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's all I got too.
It's Iowa ended up hitting 0, 7 kills, 7 errors, 4 Nebraska blocks, 4.5 on the stat sheet because one of them was a triple. But yeah, it was Nebraska had 18 kills in the set, hit 630. One hitting error. It was Taylor Landfair when she hit one out early in the set.
Yeah, there was a lot of off-speed, out-of-system plays from Nebraska, lots of tipping shots that maybe Iowa wasn't quite ready for. I feel like they could put forth a better defensive effort in this set.
4 digs from Lexi Rodriguez, 3 from Bergen Riley, 3 for Joy Gallus, 3 for Dom Phils. A nice defensive job there for the freshman, but Iowa just struggling on offense. 2 for Claire Emerald, 2 for Hannah Whittingstall, and that was the lead. As offense was hard to come by. Which, again, wasn't entirely surprising when you looked at the stats, and I thought the effort level was high. My guess is Coach Cook would tell you that's not the best they could play. But,
right.
And he's probably right, but that was certainly B+ to A- range for Nebraska, and Iowa's going to have a hard time matching firepower for firepower with that.
Definitely. Like I said earlier, I think they can do a little bit better job on defense, keep those rallies going a little bit longer this set, and see if they can come out on top and on some more.
Bergen Riley will get the second set started for us. Fires a cross-court serve at Joy Gallus. Not a good pass. Marquardt takes the ball. Urquhart with a swing off the block, and the Hawks have the lead 1-0.
It's going to be important, too, for the Hawks to kind of string some points together. They got, 1 point here, 1 point there in the first set, and they just weren't able to create any momentum.
Lombardi leaves. Phils comes back to the front row. I think Marquardt's in for Garcia in the back. Urquhart floats. Landfair's there, but she's in the way. But a good ball set out to Beeson. Blocked on the triple. Nice job from Phils to get there. Beeson again. Triples there again. Ball goes long. Hawks lead 2-0.
Good discipline by the Iowa block not to go up and reach on that ball. Some encouraging words.
We get Coach Cook beside us. This will be more fun. Urquhart goes at Landfair. Good pass there. Outside, Beeson has to tip. Phils with one hand, doesn't control it though. 2-1 Nebraska on Beeson kill from the left side. Malk comes back in. She'll serve now. Spins it and fires. Gallus, good pass. Amaral throws it over at Riley. Landfair, that was Murray. Amaral from off the net rolls it. Beeson with an easy dig. Hawks catch a break, don't catch a break, and then Phils tried to set the middle and misconnected. Nebraska ends up punching it over, but it sets right on top of the net. Dom Phils goes right down the line.
Definitely an uncharacteristic error for Nebraska there on that miscommunication.
3-1 Hawks. Anna Davis to serve. Ace serve off Harper Murray. All right.
Here's some momentum for Iowa that they needed. A few points here. Aggressive serving. Get Nebraska out of system.
4-1. Hannah goes to the same spot. Another bad pass, but she'll get a swing out of it this time. And her anger goes off the block out of bounds. 4-2. Harper Murray with the kill. Lexi Rodriguez now back to the service line for Nebraska. Good strong serve, but a good pass. Amaral misconnects with Gibson McMouks there. Beeson blocked, falls right down to the floor. Hawks get their first block of the match. Dom Phils and Gracie Gibson. It's 5-2 Iowa.
Good close by Iowa on that block. Pretty off ball there set for Merritt Beeson, so it was a little slow swing by her.
Coach Cook is angry. And
Hands on the hips.
Hands on the hips.
Yep.
Giving his team the death stare as they come to the bench, and he's going to let them think about it. Interesting. And again, that's kind of where the expectation level is. You get the quick timeout. The Iowa City Area Sports Commission is responsible for our community being home to countless amateur sporting events and state tournaments, from state volleyball, wrestling, tennis, and much more. The Sports Commission generates significant annual economic impact while adding substantially to our quality of life. The Iowa City Area Sports Commission is a proud presenting sponsor of UI Women's Athletics. Learn more at weGotNext.org. Not gonna lie, I was trying to do that read and keep my eye on what his reaction was. It took him 25 seconds to walk into the huddle, but he does it, and now Coach Cook's talking to his squad. And Nebraska, 2 hitting errors in the set already. 1 Iowa block and 1 miss, so already doubled the output from the first set. Iowa 2 kills on 5 swings, so to your point too, the defensive effort stepped up. You got a block, you got people moving around a little bit better.
Need to keep serving aggressive. When Nebraska's out of system, they really struggle to get some momentum going on offense. So the more you can keep them out of system, the better.
Pushing Murray to the sideline. Malcolm Rodriguez trying to take it, and that ball sails long. She tried to put it on Murray, but missed. First serving error for the Hawks, and you're going to have to do that. I mean, you're going to have to serve aggressive. You're going to have to serve to your spot, and that means sometimes you are going to miss. Merritt Beeson gets her direction from Coach Cook, and she comes forward and fires it cross court. She sails it out wide. Each team's first service error. Olivia Lombardi will come back in for Dom Fills, and Lombardi will serve for the Hawks, 6-3. Liv pops it over. Bad pass from Mauk. Another ace serve for the Hawks. 7-3. I don't even really know what to say. We're just going to ride this one for a little bit.
Yeah.
Lombardi, same spot, sails it long.
Just going to say the first one looked like it might have been out, but Nebraska played it anyway. You know, they're at least bringing a couple points together here and there. Keeping that lead.
Yeah, exactly. Choboy and Landfair in. Harper Murray to serve. 7-4 Iowa. Right down the line. Lombardi, decent pass. Amaral middle to Gibson. She tips it, but right at Bergen Riley. Rodriguez steps in, gives a good ball to Landfair. One-handed up from Urquhart. Back row. Lombardi rolls it over. That's Choboy. Pushed outside Landfair. Good block from Garcia. Hawks want the double, don't get it. Urquhart covers herself. Amaral steps in. Garcia tips. Landfair's there. Riley, back row Murray. Good gravy.
I'm gonna guess they've practiced it out of system. Big set before. Murray was there just flying in the air on that ball.
Hawks want the double contact on a ball that came over the net. And actually, Choboy was across the line as well, but don't get that call either. 7-5 Nebraska. Murray right down the line. Lombardi, not a great pass. Amaral to Urquhart. Good sharp cut, but Landfair's there. Landfair off the net, scores. Actually, that ball was up for a second. That hit Amaral's foot.
Yeah. Almost had it up.
Not sure she realized it was there. Nebraska back to within 1, 7-6. Murray right down the line again. Lombardi, good ball to Amaral. Garcia has to tip, but it's a good one. But Rodriguez got there, but she ended up in Bergen Riley's feet, and so Riley couldn't get there to play the second ball. 8-6.
Still trading lots of tips back and forth.
Setting seems to be just a little off on location or timing. Gallus knocks it over. Choboy, good ball. Andy Jackson. That wasn't her most powerful, but she was able to split the block and score.
It's a good touch by Anna Davis. She was there, but just not quite pressed over the net all the way.
8-7 now. Iowa still leads. Kennedy Orr in. She'll serve. Orr fires it right down the line. Great serve. Urquhart. Davis is blocked. Dug up by Riley. Landfair. Big strong swing. Off a diving Gallus. And we're tied at 8.
Very powerful swing by Landfair, but she's also just hitting so high that swing was definitely over the block. Not a lot you can do for Iowa.
Yeah, Iowa's in the right spot. She's going to be able to go cross right now. Anna Davis needs the longer arms. Orr floats that over. Good ball from Urquhart, right side to Garcia. Down the line, no touch though. Nebraska retakes the lead 9-8. It's tough. You get a good pass, you run in system, you really need to term against this team. Floats it over. Good ball from Lombardi. Garcia gets another try. Boy, tipping isn't going to work either. Back row's rolled over through Garcia's hands. 10-8.
It's the one you want back if you're Iowa. Easy roll shot out of system. Back row, that ball should just be popped straight up and in system for Iowa.
On the other thing I've seen with what Iowa's done, some of the time, whether it was, Emerald dumped one, you've seen a couple tips. The problem right now is the tips are going right to somebody. So you either have to, you're not creating any chaos on the Nebraska side. Now, granted, it's nearly impossible to create chaos on the Nebraska side, but tipping it right to somebody's not going to work.
Right.
Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City community for 57 years. Oak Knoll is conveniently located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more. 10-8 here in the second. Nebraska with 4 straight points.
Still within 2, not completely out of sight for Iowa. So, in the team huddle right now, it's all about we can't give up now. We're only down 2. We're obviously playing a tough team, but that doesn't mean that we can't still play our best volleyball.
Yeah, keep taking rips at it, see what happens, and see if you can get to a spot that works for you here. I mean, it starts with the basics. Make a good pass inside out. Get a good swing and be able to give yourself a shot at it. 10-8 here in the second. Iowa 6 players with 2 kills. Amaral, Fils, Whittingstall, Urquhart, and Garcia. And Nebraska now all of a sudden hitting 357 again. So warming up on the offensive side. So, to your point earlier, going to need some touches, and you're going to need some extra defensive effort. Orr fires it over. Bad pass. Ace serve. Not serving with a lot of pace, so it's either got some movement or some drop on it. Lombardi couldn't make the play.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit of both. She has such good high contact with that ball.
Same thing. Urquhart steps into this one. Amaral back out to Urquhart. Off the block. Landfair pushes it right on top of the net. Bergen Riley one hand throws it over.
Kind of a shocked reaction from Bergen Riley too.
It's stuck in her hand.
Yeah.
And so it was less than perfect, but you do it with one hand and you're probably going to get away with it more often than not. 12-8. Orr. Urquhart. Amaral pushed it all the way across to Garcia, dug up by Murray. Outside to Landfair, it's tight, left hand dug up by Gallus. Amaral dumps, dug up by Choboy. Landfair again, oh boy. I'm not sure I can, that ball hit in the middle half of the net. I'm not even sure saying it hit in the middle of the net would be fair to the middle of the net.
Yeah, that was not a good swing by Landfair. I think she might have lost sight of it in the lights or something.
Just having a laugh at herself. 12-9 now. Jamie Marquardt in to serve. Good strong serve. Choboy though on a mark. Alec tips. Amaral dives in front of Lombardi, which then meant when she made contact there was an empty hold in Lombardi's spot, 13-9.
Another tip by Alec. I feel like 3 or 4 out of her 5 kills have all been tips.
And again, that one didn't look like she had an opportunity to swing.
Right, it was pretty low.
Riley right down the line. Great serve. Hawks get it in the air. Davis rolls it over, but right to Rodriguez. Back row to Murray. Gallus dives and gets it. Amaral pushes it out to Urquhart, and she misses wide. Boy, that's a good swing. Just not getting the payoff out of it.
Yeah, I love the good, powerful swing by Urquhart.
14-9. You know, we talked about when Iowa played Indiana that it was nice to not look across and see a bunch of 6'3", 6'4", 6'5". Iowa's looking across, seeing a bunch of 6'3", 6'4", 6'5s right now. Landfair with another tip. Amaral with a dig. Lombardi. What a great spot. Olivia Lombardi with the kill. As she hits it right into the one corner.
Got to take it when you can get it when Nebraska's block stays down on that down ball. What a great placement shot by Lombardi.
Well, that's exactly what I was talking about, too. Even if you don't get the kill, the positioning to make a defender move that much means the pass might not be perfect. As it turns out, it finds the floor even better. 14-10, Nebraska. Urquhart at Rodriguez, not a winning strategy. But Rebecca Alec misses wide. 14-11.
Swing by Alec there. Just feel like that connection with their hitters tonight isn't quite what it usually is.
I'm a message board lurker, and I saw that was one of the things Nebraska was hoping for, was they wanted better positioning out of Riley, which at one hand I thought was just Nebraska fans being picky. And on the other hand, I can see to play at the level they want to play at, they probably can't tip as often as they've had to tip tonight.
Right.
15-11. The Landfair kill. Mauk to serve. Urquhart. Decent ball. Amaral dumps, but Alex there. Murray goes up, wins the joust. Amaral wins the second joust. Fills with a swing. Blocked, covered. Closer to us than, unfortunately, the Hawkeyes' second contact, 16-11.
Got to get that out-of-system ball off the net. It was great height by Urquhart, but that was too tight for an out-of-system ball with a block as sizable as Nebraska's.
Mauk, what a great serve. Uses Anna Davis. Amaral outside to Fills. Behind her, easy dig for Rodriguez. Right side, Beeson.
Pretty easy swing by Beeson there. She had a nice seam to hit through on the cross court. Dom Fills parked all the way out to the antenna, so that's a long way for Davis to close that gap and get that block closed.
Yeah, I suppose that somewhere in there the scout said we don't want to give her the line,
right.
But you're gonna have a poison to pick at some point. I'd almost try the double and set your left back on the line and hope that she can not get knocked unconscious and dig it when it comes.
Right.
For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by Molly's Cupcakes in downtown Iowa City for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. 17-11 here in the second. We had a weird hot mic there for a second. I'm not sure where that one came from. Maybe the soccer, announcing soccer. Iowa soccer will be in Los Angeles on Friday, 6 o'clock. Iowa will take on Georgetown, trying to get to the Sweet 16 for the first time in program history. So Coach Diani and his squad, they're fun to watch. They get up and down the field, and they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's been cool to see them do so well and even host some first and second round, right, tournament games?
Hosted the first round.
First round, okay.
Yep, they got the first one, and not sure why. I think the next 3 are in California, I think.
Not a bad place to play some soccer.
Yeah, if you're going to spend some time, again, we'll be headed out there next week for, well, I'll call it Thanksgiving break, but it's not exactly Thanksgiving break for the team. There's a couple matches left to round out the season. So 17-11 Nebraska. Mauk knocks it. Urquhart plays the ball. Might have been out, but Anna Davis gets the kill, so she's grateful for that on a well-timed slide.
Good swing by Davis there. Just caught Harper Murray on the ground still. Not a block in front of her for that.
Anna Davis wins the serve, 17-12, right down the line. Rodriguez, great ball. Alec right out of the middle. That one was well timed and well swung at.
That had a little bit more height than those previous one-ball sets, so I think it's just a matter of height. I know Nebraska usually likes to run a really quick offense, so they do want those low sets, but I feel like they were almost too low.
She wasn't able to get her arm extended at all. Rodriguez goes over at Marquardt, fills from the left. Good swing there. Dom scores, 18-13. Malu back in. Marquardt heads to the bench. Claire Emerald to serve. Claire, good serve, but Mauk right on the mark. Andy Jackson catches the back line.
She has such a high, fast snap. She's able to hit above the block and also still find the back line on that court.
Did she levitate there? It seemed like she just kind of floated. That was the Maddie Saris fan club. I might be the whole Nebraska team fan club, and I try to find things wrong, and it's hard. Beeson, good float serve. Gallus, decent pass, pushed outside to Phils. She tips it, blocked back on the Iowa side, and can't quite. Look out below. Joy Gallus, as we were talking about soccer, puts a good foot to it, hits the ventilation tube that's all the way up where the nets hang at the top. 20-13, Merritt Beeson to serve again. 6'4", she gets contact so high on this ball. Gallus, overpass. Nice job from, that ball's in play as Garcia knocked it over. Back row for Beeson, and she missed that one long. There's the scrappiness. Hawks steal a point. Claire Emerald.
Such a smart play. She's in the back row. She knows she can't jump and attack that ball, so she just throws some hands up to get a touch on that. Takes just enough off for Iowa to get a second contact on that.
Well, net is still flopping around. Lombardi, big high floater. Joe Boy. I'm sorry, that was Mauk, and that was Andy Jackson on the slide. 21-14. Now Joe Boy's coming in. It'll be an interesting competition for who wins the libero jersey for Nebraska next year.
Yeah, definitely.
Harper Murray knocks the serve right down the line at Lombardi. Pushed outside, boy, not a good set from Claire Emerald there.
Yeah, nothing that Urquhart could do with that ball, just way out past the antenna and didn't clear the net very high.
That's going to go as a hitting error on Urquhart, and that's just downright dirty. 22-14, Nebraska. Murray right down the line. Gallus, good ball. Emerald, Gibson out of the middle. There we go.
Here's a Gibson one kill to kind of get the team sparked up again. Typically she likes to go cross-body with that ball, but saw some space, wrist away, and swung away. I just love how powerful her swing is.
22-15, Iowa struggled to pass in that rotation. Boy, Gallus sends a serve 6 feet long. So Gracie only has 4 swings, so she just hasn't had a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, just lots of out-of-system play on Iowa's side, just not able to get the middles going quite as well as they normally do.
23-15, Kennedy Orr checks in to serve. Floats it over at Urquhart. Tight ball. Emerald gets the hands up. Davis. Diving play from Kennedy Orr. Great set from Harper Murray. Landfair goes over the block. Dug up though. Emerald right side. Garcia high off the block and scores. Boy,
nice high swing by Garcia. Just catching Alec a little late to close on the block.
What a dig from Kennedy Orr, but Iowa stayed with it. Able to get the dig in the back row and score 23-16. Jamie Marquardt now to serve for the Hawks. Jamie, big high float. Murray takes it. Riley out to Landfair. I understand the concept of the float. You're taking Alec and the slide out, so you're making him one-dimensional. But when it's that high, if they're going to be able to pass it in system.
Right. And when you have a hitter like Landfair on the pin there.
Yeah, she's not worried about the
Right.
blocks. She's going over top of it. Riley to serve, 24-16. Hawks back out of the way, thinking it's out. It's not. 25-16. Nebraska takes set 2 on the ace serve right in the corner. It was better.
It was better than the first set for sure. Yeah, lots of longer rallies and better defensive effort overall by Iowa. Lots of aggressive serves. They had a really good start to the second set, getting Nebraska out of system. Nebraska doesn't get out of system very often, and when they do, they bounce back quickly, and that's just exactly what they did.
Yeah,
That's the kind of team they are.
Their second ball contact is still outstanding.
Yeah, right. When I say out of system, it's, Nebraska's out of system is a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, Harper Murray gave that second ball to Landfair there. It was still pretty darn good, but 2-0, Nebraska on top. We'll take 3 minutes. I'll give you a 3-minute break from us. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, presented by Quickstar.
Hey, hungry? And your heart is ticking for chicken? Well, take a quick turn into Quickstar because we got
No ordinary chicken.
Yeah, go wild with wings. Next level super wings with trusty sidekick and sauces. Or let's talk tender. Quick chick tenders. Love me tenders. Love me some quick tenders. Ours are bigger, better, tastier. Or if you're feeling good old school comfort fried chicken, we got it. Hand breaded down homier than anywhere. Quickstar, saving your nuggets from ordinary.
From coin flip to final whistle, show your diehard passion for your Iowa Hawkeyes all season long with your favorite black and gold gear from Shields. Bring your best this year, whether you're cheering from Niall Kinnick Stadium or from your living room with your favorite jerseys, hats, collectibles, and Hawkeyes branded gear from the Shields fan shop. Visit us at your local Shields or shields.com and let's cheer on the Hawkeyes. Shields, proud partner of Iowa athletics and football fans everywhere.
At U.S. Bank, when they say they're in it with you, they mean it. Not just for the good stuff, the grand openings and celebrations, although those are pretty great, but for all the hard work it took to get there, the fine-tuning of goals, the managing of cash and workflows, and decision-making. They're in to help you through all of it, because together they're proving day in and day out that there is nothing as powerful as the power of us. Visit usbank.com to get started today. Equal housing lender, member FDIC, copyright 2024 U.S. Bank.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Hey Hawks, Peyton Sanford here. Now is your chance to make a difference. Join the Swarm today and partner with Iowa student athletes like me to support charities throughout Iowa. Learn more at iowaswarm.com.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Hey Hawkeyes, this is Kirk Ferentz. Support Iowa's corn farmers by pumping up with Unleaded 88. Fuel your drive to the game with a clear choice at the pump. Unleaded 88 is cheaper, greener, and homegrown. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Let's go Hawks.
Welcome back to Extreme Arena. John Evans, Reagan Coyle. Watching Nebraska take a 2-0 lead. Happy to have you back right at the beginning of the set this time.
Right. No bloody noses this intermission.
No bloody noses this intermission. Man, I'm just, guys, you look at Nebraska hitting 466. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters with 5 kills, and 7 is the most. So, I mean, again, just really wherever Nebraska wants to go on offense, they're primarily finding it.
Yeah, it's just really hard to slow down a team like Nebraska. If you do slow down maybe one of their hitters, they have 5 other options to go to. So that's just what makes them the great team that they are.
Alec hitting 556. Jackson hitting 833. I mean, there's your 2 middles. That was kind of what you're Iowa, that's one of the things you worry about, because most teams can only, they set the middle when they pass well. Nebraska sets the middle obviously when they pass well, but then they also are able to do it out of transition because they pass so well in transition. They're not just making digs, they're making digs and putting it right on the logo so that Bergen Riley has options as to where the ball can go.
Right, and they love to force that 31 set too, even when Bergen is pulled off the net and she's closer to the 10-foot line. They still run the 31 ball with their middles, and that's just goes to show, like, they're out of system. They still have all three options as hitters, and even Murray out of the back row too. So, like I said earlier, their out of system is a little bit different than most teams out of system.
Lindsey Krause will be in for Taylor Landfair this set, and Layla Blackwell then will be in for Becca Alec as Nebraska makes some changes. They did this Saturday against Indiana also. Watched that match and heard Coach Cook talk about, they're going to need all these players kind of fresh and ready to contribute for how long they hope to play as the year goes on. Lombardi sends the serve over. Murray, not a great pass. Krause gets a rip right away though. Gallus digs it up into Dennis the Upref. 1-0 Nebraska.
Krause getting some early playing time at the beginning of the season and was going back and forth from her and Landfair a little bit, and then Landfair has had the spot since.
Yeah, with kind of jockeying back and forth on. Seemed like whoever started didn't play very well, and then the other person would earn the starting spot. Beeson tips it over. Good dig there by the Hawks. Urquhart off the net in transition. Dug by Rodriguez. Riley middle attack. Layla Blackwell with her first one.
She is an exciting player to watch, and with her being, just as good as Andy Jackson, she's going to be needed, if somebody gets hurt or if they need to make a swap like this in a team that they're, up by a lot. It is great to have options on the bench like Layla Blackwell.
Riley got the serve into Lombardi's face, and she was trying to take it with hands and missed, so ace serve. Goes at Gallus, bad pass. Garcia high platform across. Urquhart off the tape. Dug by Riley. Rodriguez platform to Krause. One-handed dig from Urquhart. Garcia from the left, or from the right, misses wide. 4 quick points for Nebraska to start the third set.
Really tough to find a spot on the floor with that swing by Garcia. Set a little bit inside with the block with no seam, so she had to hit around it, but as a result, hit outside the court.
More pace on that Riley serve. Gallus, good ball to Amaral, blocked, or off the block by Urquhart. She gets the tool. 4-1. Nebraska block presses. It's hard to tool.
It is.
Good serve from Gallus. Rodriguez, though, great pass. Beeson's blocked. Tight ball. Riley pushes it to the right. And that was Krause from the right. And Nebraska is not completely unique, but they don't really care. Beeson will hit left and Krause will hit right. And I was talking about this in one of the other matches. Actually, it was Michigan State. I was talking to Coach Johnson and just how hard it is for hitters to make that transition, but Nebraska does it pretty seamlessly. Gallus with a good ball to Amaral. Behind Garcia, she has to roll it. Beeson with a good dig. Gallus with the dig there. Amaral, Urquhart. That ball misses out of bounds from Harper Murray. 5-2. Did you ever hit on, how often did you hit on the left?
Not super often. Just kind of depends on what you want to run on serve receive, but it is a lot different.
Jamie Marquardt to serve. 5-2. There's a good float serve. That drops in for an ace. Enough juice to get over the net, but not too much in front of a diving Mauk.
You don't see Nebraska get ace very often.
I feel like that's almost a win for Iowa to have 4 aces already. Now one was the out of rotation. Now the fastball, but Mauk's ready for that one. Right side swing, Beeson tips. What a tip, but Lombardi's there. Amaral, Urquhart hammers her 4 spot and scores. Off Murray. Nebraska was in the net anyway, 5-4.
Finally got one on Nebraska with her 4-4 swing. a few that had landed out of bounds for her. She was able to kind of get more on top of that ball to find some court on that.
Marquardt, that one's too high of a float. Blackwell takes it easy. And Harper Murray glides in. Marquardt's there, but it goes out of bounds on the Nebraska side. 6-4 Nebraska.
It's good to get a platform on that, but it's coming with such speed off Harper Murray's arm that there's not much you can do as a defender to control that any better than she just did.
Yeah, you're pretty much just sticking your arms out in front, hoping that somehow it softens the blow. Marquardt, good ball. Amaral dumps it. Jackson's there. Right side swing, dug up by Lombardi. Urquhart goes through the block and scores. All right, Mickey's got 5. 6-5 Nebraska.
She just swings away when she hits that ball, and I love that she just hits with no fear, no matter what block is in front of her. She has such a high contact point, really aims for those high hands to get a tool kill.
Urquhart, high floater. Murray with the pass. Beeson with the kill. Again, good balance all around from Nebraska. Beeson with 7 now. She goes back to serve. Harper Murray getting a little work done on all the tape on her hands. My buddy John Leo sent me a text. 3933 was the attendance. 3,933. The seventh largest crowd in Iowa history. So, not bad. And
especially for Extreme, too.
A more even mix than I anticipated. I really thought this would be more of a Nebraska heavy crowd, not suggesting that it's not, but it was still a little better than what we thought. She must have had a little blood on her fingers. You know, we've got some cleanup on the floor.
Blood on the floor. I mean, some of the players play with those longer nails. You got to wonder if at some point, if they get a tool, it could be a hazard.
Well, the good news is if this were 10 years ago, Stephanie would be out there in a biohazard suit. And we'd be shut down for 10 or 15 minutes. So the good news is as long as Murray doesn't have blood on her jersey, they should be able to get this back and going relatively quickly, although now we're hunting and finding new spots.
I wonder if her belly button ring came out because she's kind of lifting up her jersey, like looking down. I wonder if her belly button ring got caught in the net when on that ball.
Well, now you're just making the argument for why you shouldn't be able to wear jewelry while playing. And we've got the wave. Michelle Urquhart participating in the wave. She has a rubber ring on, as Mickey was honored on senior day after the match on Sunday, and her longtime boyfriend proposed. Good news for him. She said yes. And so she has a rubber ring on that she's playing with here. We're back in action. Beeson serves it over. Boy, great serve. Urquhart, good pass. And Amaral threw it right into the Andy Jackson block. 8-5 Nebraska.
Yeah, ever since Amaral attacked one of her first attempts early in the set, Nebraska has been staying on her balance and ready to block her on those attempts again.
When you kind of trust most of your blockers, too, to be, if they have to be 1-on-1 or 1.5-on-1, you trust them. Davis with the slide, high off the block and falls into the donut. 8-6.
It's good to see Davis on the court contributing. She brings a really good senior energy.
3 kills for her now. She'll get the serve. Good strong serve. Ball's tight, tipped over by Riley. Stuck in. That ball stuck in Marquardt's chest. She was right in the right spot to dig it, but just was like Velcro, and so when it didn't really come off of her, it made it a really tough second ball contact.
And some miscommunication there by Urquhart and Amaral on that ball. I don't think either of them said anything before they took that second contact.
9-6 now Nebraska. Harper Murray. Boy, what a great serve. Gallus.
And again, between Urquhart and Amaral. Has to be some communication there on who's going to take that second ball.
Well, Amaral, doesn't she just have to, because she really couldn't get to it. Gallus is at her feet, but doesn't she have to immediately yell it and not assume that Urquhart's going to just come pick it up?
At least something, especially with their collision on the last play. I think Urquhart was a little hesitant to go for it again.
Great dig there from Choboy. And that was Krause then that went off speed, sharp cross. Not sharp cross, I guess. Kind of went into that 5 seam and gets the point, 11-6.
Yeah, just lots of chaos on Iowa's side. Nebraska's playing clean volleyball. All they have to do is just get it over to Iowa's side, and Iowa is struggling to be in system and put a play together.
Gallus, good ball there. Amaral pushes it out to Phils. Krause with a heads-up play. The block just sat right on top of the net. Krause was dead in the water to play a first contact, and instead just said, "No, fine, I'll just knock it back over," and gets the kill. Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialist who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all of your transport needs. Check out their website at expressmidwest.com. Well, we got to almost the middle of the third set before we had an extended Go Big Red.
That's true. Normally you hear it a little earlier.
So that was there's some hidden win there. Nebraska hitting .466 on the match. 41 kills, just 7 errors. Iowa hitting .064. 5 kills from Urquhart, 3 from Phils, 3 from Anna Davis. As Iowa continuing to just kind of find ways. And you mentioned it, I think kind of almost the way you said it was spot on. Iowa defense looks like it's in a constant frenzy, whereas for Nebraska, even if it's kind of the duck theory, even if they're pedaling like crazy under the water, it looks so smooth when they do it.
It does, yep.
7 for Lansfair, 7 for Beeson, 8 for Murray, 6 for Rebecca Alex. She's not in this set. So yeah, give Layla Blackwell 1 for her, and so there's another one basically with 7. Andy Jackson 5 on 6 swings.
Yeah, if it's not Nebraska's block, it's Nebraska's defense. It's just so hard to put up points against a team like this, and it can be really defeating for your offense too. You know, as a hitter, it's like, okay, I'm hitting well, I'm hitting hard, I'm finding good spots on the court, and somehow they just keep getting it up.
Well, and I mentioned that when I was at the broadcast in Lincoln, was you could see the hitters start to try to do things they weren't really capable of. You know, trying to, hey, I'm going to hit it a little tighter to this line. Amaral goes over on 2 and misses long. I like the idea, but just couldn't quite snap it down. 13-6.
Yeah, she got a little underneath that ball. A little bit too much flight.
And it's that point you try to hit it a little too hard, or you try to do something a little different. Murray, good serve. Marquardt, good pass. That one had to get pushed over. Rodriguez with a huge diving play, but fortunately for Iowa, it just kind of leaked over Krause's shoulder, and she couldn't change directions fast enough. (13-7). Amaral to serve. That ball is way long. That was one of those you could see it out of the hand that it was.
Yeah, just another unforced error for Iowa, just not playing their cleanest volleyball tonight.
Kennedy Orr in to serve. Oh, what a float serve. Whittingstall takes it. Amaral behind her to Garcia through the block, dug by Murray. Whittingstall with the left hand. Garcia, that's double. Unfortunately, the first one wasn't a block for Garcia, and it sat right up on the net, spun right back down to her, and did what anybody would do. She tried to hit it over again. You don't get 2 bites at that apple, though. 15-7, Kennedy Orr again. Another short float serve, but that one catches the Nebraska net and rolls back down. Just the second service error for Nebraska. I mean, when you're that good at defense, I suppose you don't have to serve aggressively. I think Minnesota did that for a few years. Where
yeah, their method is usually just get the serve in and they can defend it.
That was Minnesota ran that. Lombardi with the big high balloon. Blackwell with the slide, misses wide. 15-9. Iowa can just keep the effort level high. Not the serve quite so high. Blackwell again off the block. Dug by Lombardi. Amaral, Whittingstall. Touched off the block. Nebraska, like any good soccer team would do, claims no touch, but the people in the front row are like, yeah, I touched it.
15. Saw some head nods in the huddle there.
15-10. Lombardi, another high floater. Rodriguez is there. Krause. Dug by Lombardi. Urquhart. Garcia. Covered by Urquhart. What a cover. Gallus. Garcia. Easy dig for Choboy. Blackwell dug by Garcia. Amaral. Urquhart. Off the tape. Dug by Rodriguez. Krause. Blocked off Garcia and into the scorer's table. 16-10. Beeson back in. Choboy heads to the bench. Bergen Riley to serve. Gallus. Amaral chases it down. Urquhart down the line. Great dig from Riley. Krause uses hands. Dug by Lombardi, but look out. Oh, Hawks win the joust. Krause tips and dumped right over off the block and scores. 17-10. Tough break for Iowa.
Yeah, that's just one of those plays. That line swing was so good by Urquhart, but Bergen Riley's just there. She's in a great spot on defense and gets that ball up. A lot of other teams, that would be a kill.
Riley serves it in the net. Yeah, Riley approaching a double-double now, 17-11. Joy Gallus to serve for the Hawks. See if Iowa has just a little run in them. Good pass from Krause. She'll take the swing from the right, rolls it over. Hawks think they got it in the air. I can't see it.
Must have spoke soccer into existence here in Extreme Arena. That's the second kick play that we've seen. I don't know if that one was up, though.
Coach Yale was in front of me. I couldn't see it. 18-11. Olivia Mauk to serve. Good ball from Urquhart. Amaral tipped over by Davis. Right side from Beeson, right down the line. Good dig from Gallus. Lombardi. Garcia just pops it over. Rodriguez is there. Outside. Murray. Lombardi's, she stopped moving her, instead of kind of chopping. I think of it like a infielder. You're moving your feet, and all of a sudden her feet stopped, and she wasn't able to get them restarted. 19-11. Mauk at Urquhart. Amaral with one hand. Garcia tips it over. Murray. Riley with a good ball to Beeson, who takes a rip. Lombardi's there. Amaral outside to Urquhart. Off the block. Hawks can't get the cover. 20-11. Coach Barnes will use his last timeout so that I can tell you when it comes to your health, you need the full picture. That means the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start. Every day, University of Iowa Healthcare is working to advance medicine so you can get the best care. With more research, more clinical trials, and more treatment options than anywhere else in the state, University of Iowa Healthcare is changing medicine and changing lives. Learn more at uihc.org. So what will you do for fun now this winter now that you're done with me? Jumping the gun here by 7 points or 8.
I'll be at all the home wrestling duels, supporting Alex. So that's getting started here this Saturday. They won't start Big Ten till January, but yeah, stay busy with that. And
I've seen a little bit of the action. They've had they've been fun to watch so far. Some of the new transfers have been very aggressive bonus point guys and doing a nice job there. So
yeah, the Iowa State duel is always an exciting matchup, so it's a fun one to start the intensity off right off the bat.
yeah, that'll ramp up for sure. Kind of forgotten about the Iowa women's basketball team. They're up 58-46, approaching the end of the third quarter. Lucy Olson with 16, Hannah Stuelke with 12, Addison O'Grady with 8. She had been a scoring guru. Sydney Falter, Hannah Stuelke with 6 rebounds apiece. Give Lucy Olson 5 assists as well. So Iowa women, good run so far. Mauk to serve. She sails it long. Uncharacteristic service errors this set for Nebraska.
I think that's quite a few for them.
I feel like that's 3 this set. 20-12. Jamie Marquardt in to serve. Jamie pops it over. Good ball from Rodriguez. Middle attack. Whoa, my goodness. That's your backup middle.
That's Layla Blackwell. She's just so fun to watch. She brings a really fun energy to the court when she's out there, and looks like she's having fun, but she's also a super powerful hitter. That's such a great swing.
And she's a transfer, so I mean, to fit into the culture so quick has been awesome for her. Amaral, great dunk shot there by over Harper Murray, or around Harper Murray, 21-13.
Has to get a little crafty with it. She's tried the swing. She's tried the two-handed dump. There's a good switch up by her to go one hand.
Came back over her head right to the 4 spot. Michelle Urquhart to serve. Good strong serve, ace. Ball dropped in front of Mauk. 21-14. Got my stat of the match so far. Iowa more aces than Nebraska. Urquhart again, good fastball. Mauk, much better pass this time though. Oh, and that's the other middle. Levitating Andy Jackson.
Very similar swings. They just are able to get up and attack so high.
I would just set it as fast as I could, as high as I could, and she's going to go up there and get it. She's going to be over any other block, and she's going to hammer it down. Merritt Beeson now, good strong serve. Marquardt, good pass. Davis on the slide, through the block, and scores. 22-15.
Caught Andy Jackson jumping with the setter on that ball, jumping with the Amaral. Davis had a nice open cross-court swing.
Well, that's the one thing of Claire being extremely active, is you try to do that. Anna Davis knocks the serve over. Murray, not a great pass, but Rodriguez a perfect set. And Murray paints the back line.
Just so perfectly placed. Splitting the middle and right back defender for Iowa. Tough ball to track down, especially when you have Davis right back.
Yeah, that's not exactly a natural move for Anna Davis back there, and got over her shoulder and scored. Harper Murray. Off the tape, Gallus, good ball to Amaral. Slide to Whittingstall. Rodriguez one-hands it to the Iowa side. Marquardt, Amaral. That one was not a good set. That's 4 contacts. And the Hawks will get the kill anyway. Great diving play from Choboy.
Nebraska always has really gritty, scrappy defense, especially plays like that where you think that might hit the floor. They've got a player running that might get a hand on that ball and keep it in play.
Whittingstall had 3 swings at that. I think she gets 3 kills against nearly any other team. Murray, good ball off the Murray serve. Andy Jackson with the bullet at line judge David's feet. 24-16.
So powerful, so explosive. She's just a really fun player to watch. And the scary part is she's only a sophomore.
7 kills on 8 swings for Andy Jackson. Kennedy Orr. Try to close this out for Nebraska. Good float. Gallus, good ball to Amaral. Middle to Whittingstall, throws it over and scores. 24-17. Might be the first time they lopsided out right away on Kennedy Orr's serve. Yeah, 6 players with 6 or more kills for Nebraska. That's why nobody seems to have the most kills in the conference.
So solid on defense.
Krause's done that all in this set. Lombardi. Back row for Murray. Dug by Amaral. Gallus chases it into Tracy Barnes, but unfortunately that'll go for the match-winning kill. 25-17. Nebraska takes the set and the match. 3 straight.
Got a little bit better as the sets went on. A rough start, 25-9 for Iowa, but Nebraska is just one of those teams. They're going to go very far in the tournament. I'd be shocked if they don't make it to the title match.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of volleyball, and it'll be how you don't expect to see them playing in a Final Four, and it's hard to picture. They just really don't let up very often. So interesting mix of how you slow them down. Coach Barnes will join me. Got to get the headset right after was fit for Reagan. You got to get it set for you, Coach.
A little bigger head.
One of those rare nights where I felt like I was in the Nebraska fan club again, talking about what they do. But what I liked for we're gonna hit your team first. What I liked best was you played your best match of the year last Thursday, at least from an offensive standpoint.
Right.
You played maybe your worst match of the year last Sunday from an offensive standpoint.
No doubt.
I liked the effort and the energy against a team that's really darn good. But
Right.
but I liked what your team brought today.
Well, we talked about exactly that we control what we can control, and that's our attitude, our body language, our effort, our ability to focus on just one point at a time and take care of that. And we'll see where we end up with that. But we've got to control the controllables, and for the most part we did that. That's Nebraska's a special team, and another goal was ours is to match them in serve receive, and we did. We passed equal to them. They're the number 1 serve and receive team in the country, and we matched our serve receive. They just I got some weapons.
I thought you did a nice job, and I joked about that with Reagan. I said, well, the one stat I'm going to hang on to is by stats. You have the advanced analytics, but by stats, Iowa won serve receive, 5 aces, 4 errors. Nebraska had 4 aces, 4 errors,
Yeah.
and so I really thought, there were times where you had to serve aggressive. I know you were trying to create traffic and
Right.
maybe make their offense one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Even their one-dimensional offense, though, was pretty darn good.
And that's the thing. We could take out a hitter by serving short in that, but they've got 2 others, even in back row, and we didn't block well tonight, and we really need to have a big-time effort blocking, and we just weren't there.
After a tough first set, you had 7 kills, 7 errors. Every set got better. You hit 103, you hit 152. I know those numbers aren't numbers you're going to pound your chest in and go
Right.
celebrate as a team, but again, Nebraska is the best defensive opponent hitting percentage in the conference. So
Yeah.
to continue to get better, and again, just to keep scrapping through 3 sets and keep saying, hey, we're still here. This is
Right.
our building, and we've got some pride here
Yeah,
too.
we controlled those things. That's what I'm proud of, that we controlled our side and what we were doing and trying to get better, and we did. Just not good enough. But we did still play our game all the way to the finish.
Last home match, I guess anything kind of you want to say? We've had a lot of support. The crowd here, honestly, I expected it to be a lot of red.
Right.
I thought it was a much more even blend. Had pretty good crowd support here all year. We've had some weird start times. We played basically
Right.
on most every night of the week.
Right.
Anything to say to the Hawkeye fans?
They're just unbelievable, and I tell you, it impacts our team. They're working hard, and us coaches are working hard too to build this program where it needs to be, and to get these Hawkeye fans here and cheering is huge for us. And they were great all season. We've got some great kids coming in to build on, and 6 of our 7 starters are first-year players here. So we've got some experience now, and we really expect a big jump next season.
Yeah, this will probably be the last time I get to talk to you. Is now we go on the road. We go
Yeah.
to Minnesota, and I have no idea what the setup looks like in the 2 California schools. So,
Right.
so we might not get to talk again. So I appreciate you coming over here and talking to us after the match a lot and getting some stuff out there. And
Well, you're a class act, and everybody who listens, loves your commentary, and we love having you along with the program. You do a great job, John.
well, I appreciate it. The stuff that I get, I'm half as good, or I'm 3/4 of what I am able to do because of the access you give me, and I appreciate the stories that I get from the girls, and then just the insight to see the scouting reports, to kind of know what you're trying to do, and as I learn and get better at terminology and things, it's fun to turn it around. So I appreciate you having me around.
It's our pleasure. I can't wait to get this program winning and watching you go to town on the mic. So
we'll stay after it, Coach. Thanks for your time, and
Thank you.
go
Thank
talk
you.
to your team. Coach Jim Barnes of your Iowa Hawkeyes. We'll get Reagan back here one more time so we can say goodbye to Reagan as well. Now you got to refit that. Coach put it on his big head. Now you got to get it fit back to yours. This was is this your second full season with me?
Yeah.
Mostly full season?
Yeah, full season, I would say.
Glad to have you
It's been fun.
around again. Hopefully we can keep after it. Well, like Coach said at the end there, hopefully as we keep the build going. Thanks, Dane. Best replay guy in the business.
Yeah.
Probably headed over to the athletic club for some pizza here. Although that might be harder tonight with all the Nebraska fans around in full house. He might have to, hopefully he made some connections to get in there. But
Is that a tradition?
Yeah,
Post-game
that's his
athletic club
tradition,
pizza?
yeah. So I guess having been with me now for the 2 years, you saw a lot of matches last year. You saw a lot of matches then this year. What did you see that you liked? What do you see that Iowa still needs to build on? Where are you at with that?
I definitely like where they were this year as opposed to last year. I think a lot of people do, and that's very obvious. But I think this year, I feel like they were able to walk out on the court and look and play and act like they belong in the Big Ten. I feel like they took some sets this year for some teams that they maybe got swept by last year. They're starting to head in the right direction. They're playing with a little bit more confidence. It's going to be hard to come out and beat a team like Nebraska, especially how they are this season. But, the Northwesterns, the Rutgers, the Indianas, the teams that are gettable, they're starting to become a little bit more automatic for Iowa. And that's what it's going to take to kind of keep climbing in the ranks of the Big Ten going forward.
I've talked all year about the tiers,
Yeah.
and however you want to divide it up, however many tiers you are, whether there's 4 or 5 or whatever it is. Nebraska's clearly in that top tier, and Iowa isn't yet, to be nice about it. So you're not going to punch up 2 or 3 tiers very often, But to your point, Iowa. I was talking to Coach Yale before the match, and obviously you want them all. You feel like Nebraska or you feel like Northwestern is in your sphere, and Iowa lost twice to them, but they beat Rutgers twice. They beat a Maryland team. They beat Indiana, who probably is a tier above. So they punched a tier up there, and that was good. And I think the best thing that I saw was there were fewer matches where you didn't feel like Iowa was involved or engaged. Sunday was a weird one. There was maybe the first Northwestern match, but otherwise, to your point, took a set at Penn State, took a set here against Purdue. Did some really good things there.
Yeah, you're just seeing lots more good this season. I feel like more. Last year they would get close. They would approach the 20s, and towards the end of the set, they just couldn't string enough firepower to kind of finish sets. And I feel like they're finally starting to do that this year against teams, and they're finishing sets, and they're getting a little bit more momentum.
Yeah, more and more Big Ten bodies. Hopefully, as you're able to add with the recruiting class, transfer portal, you add more and more bodies. Because as I was talking with Coach Johnson on Sunday, as she's working through her rebuild too, Coach Cook doesn't feel sorry for you. So
Exactly.
there's no oh yeah, they're down, so we're just gonna go easy here. It's you've got to earn it. You've got to keep getting better, and I think we saw some good things there, and And hopefully we just are able to find ways to keep building on that.
Definitely.
That will do it. Nebraska in straight sets, 9, 16, and 17 were the scores tonight. We'll be back Saturday night. We'll be in Minneapolis. Iowa takes on number 16 Minnesota. We'll get a shot at the Golden Gophers. For Reagan Coyle, I'm John Evans. We'll be back after it. There'll be a soccer game and a football game before I come on again. I'll have all kinds of stuff to talk about.
You're busy.
But thanks for listening. Appreciate everybody tuning in. This is Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, presented by Quickstar. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Go Hawks.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this has been Iowa Hawkeye Volleyball, brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Wellmark, you're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes from Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield, University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives, and by Homewood Suites and Home 2. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.